So I've been trying really hard to not make content that I'm seeing everywhere else. This is challenging because usually when everybody's talking about the same things and using the same terminology, it is for some sort of good reason. It's usually because of relevance or because that's what people want to hear. So I decided to do a small, simple checklist video for Destiny 2 instead of an outright review, because it's actually hard for me to objectively criticize certain games because I play them for a certain reason, so this checklist will help you decide whether or not you should buy Destiny 2. This video will remain simple and short, and we're going to start off with number 1. Are you looking for an online co-op experience? Do you have a friend or maybe two friends that you love to play video games with and you guys are looking for a cooperative experience on console or PC when it comes out? Either way, you might enjoy Destiny 2 just based off of the co-op aspects of it. Working with your friend or your fire team is essential for doing well. I know the game can seem very easy, repetitive, and grindy, but try playing it with bad teammates, with a bad fire team, or by yourself. Things can get a lot harder. And even if teammates aren't essential for Destiny 2, which they're not for the most part, it's still a great game to kick back and grind with your buddies, and that is almost an undisputable fact. Playing Destiny with a couple of your friends is extremely fun. It's always fun to see who can get the best loot first and who has the best luck. Part of the reason I grinded the first game so much is because I just wanted better stuff than my friends and my girlfriend. I'm a show-off douchebag like that, whatever. Alright, so number 2, did you enjoy the first Destiny? Now you would think this would be number 1, but this is in really no particular order, and it's kind of a big one. If you enjoyed Destiny 1, if you had fun playing with it, if you looked forward to hopping online, if there was a weapon you were chasing and you enjoyed chasing it in the game, you're gonna love Destiny 2. Destiny 2 took a lot of the RNG out of Destiny 1, because Destiny 1 had a lot of RNG, and Destiny 2 has a lot of RNG, a lot of randomness when it comes to the loot, but Destiny 2 gives you a lot more consistency when it comes to getting loot and when it comes to getting items. If they only add things throughout this game's life cycle, outside of DLC and within DLC, if they only add onto what they have now, there will be so many ways to get legendary engrams and legendaries and exotics. They're going to have to increase the loot pile, the loot pool, so that people don't find everything in the first 3 months. And when it comes to Destiny, we all know some exotics are worth the wait. If I had to briefly review Destiny 2 here, I'd say it is a great improvement over the first game with a lot of features. There are some features that I miss, but there's no telling if they'll come back or not. We're so early into the life cycle of this game that's going to be around for like, what, 3 years? So let's just sit back and wait and see what happens before we start raising our pitchforks about what is and isn't in the game. Because what you get for $60 is a pretty solid package, especially compared to some AAA games out there. Question number 3, do you like grinding? This is really important. I remember that a lot of people's complaints about Destiny was that it's too grindy, and that was even one of my complaints. Now that I'm older, I'm all of 3 years older, I now realize that there are certain games that I would like to call loot and shoots. And sometimes RPGs fall under that line as well. But if you don't like grinding through levels and looking for loot and looking for items and finding good weapons and completing challenges, then you're not going to like Destiny 2. That's a fact. It is a loot and shoot. It is a grinding game. It is a co-op space RPG. You have to grind mobs, you have to complete challenges, you have to move through strikes multiple times in a run. If you're not into that or not in the mood for that, I wouldn't recommend picking up the game, but if you like the idea of grabbing a snack, grabbing a drink, playing some music, and shooting aliens, then Destiny 2 will be a really good purchase for you because that's a type of game that not a lot of people enjoy. If you're genuinely into that, then Destiny 2 will be a good purchase for you. Especially since after you hit max rank, every rank after that guarantees you a bright engram, which is the kind of the microtransaction engrams, which contain taunts, weapon ornaments, and all sorts of special effects for you and your character. Or I guess you are the character. You get it. So yeah, if you like grinding, you're gonna love Destiny 2. If you don't, not so much. Alright, question number 4. Are you a first-person shooter fan? Do you like quality first-person shooters? Well, in my opinion, Destiny 2 has the shooting down perfectly. Bungie, thank you, because somehow Bungie managed to make it so that I don't mind killing the same 6 aliens in a part of one of the open worlds, which again isn't like a required part of the game, mind you, but I can kill 6 aliens take a round about the area, you know, take a walk, go kill some other guys, come back, and I'll want to kill those guys again. Is it hard? Is it for casuals? Those are questions you can jerk off to. Those are irrelevant to me. Bungie got shooting aliens down perfectly. Aiming, shooting, killing is really fun, and once you have it refined, you can make the open world look like art as you destroy Cabal, Fallen, Hive, Taken. Once you refine your speed and your accuracy, you master your abilities, you master your class, and you learn what risks you should and shouldn't take. You'll be much more viable in the strikes, in the raid, in the story missions, and anything that takes a little bit more thought. Another thing that takes a little bit more thought in the game are the adventures, which are these kind of like mini missions throughout the open world that are about as complex as the original story missions in the first Destiny. So like the story missions in Destiny 2 are about 50% more complex than the originals, and then the adventures are about 10% less complex than the Destiny 1 story missions. Does that make sense? Either way, you'll want to refine your gun skill. You want to be able to dispatch enemies quickly so that they don't overwhelm you and your fire team. Target prioritization, aiming, what weapon to use and what not to use for certain situations and certain bosses. All of that is extremely important, and I feel like maybe with some people I have played with, it's a little underrated. It definitely was in the first Destiny, and part of it is because it's so intuitive and it feels so easy and seamless that a lot of people die and they wonder, how the hell did I die? I'd recommend you don't look at Destiny 2 as just an easy shoot 'em up, because there is a little bit of finesse to it, and once you learn that, things become even easier, because then you don't just have the intuitive design, you have confidence and you have skill. Yes, two things that are required to do well in Destiny. I just pissed off so many people by saying that. And the last thing on this list, did you hate the Destiny 1 PvP? Or did you enjoy it? Because here's what I think. I think if you hated Destiny 1's PvP, you will enjoy the changes and fixes towards Destiny 2's PvP. If you enjoy Destiny's 1 PvP, you will also enjoy those same fixes, maybe even more so if you already enjoyed the state that it was in Destiny 1. One major, for instance, about Destiny 2's version of the PvP, or the Crucible, is that snipers, shotguns, and fusion rifles are now heavy weapons. So say goodbye to getting shotgun, sniped, and fusion rifled all game. The gunplay is much more focused on DMRs, pulsed rifles, auto rifles, hand cannons, and handguns. And all of the grenades, as far as I can tell, have been nerfed since the first game and since the beta. So Titans don't just get to round a corner with a magnetic grenade and end your life. All the magnetic grenade does is drop your shield. They still have to finish you off with bullets, giving you time to run away. Also, it deals with kills in the same way that Overwatch deals with eliminations. You do not have to deal 100% damage or just land the final shot to get the kill. You get 1 point for assisting and 1 point for killing, and it just counts as defeating an opponent. Also, the matches are now 4v4, so it feels like a lot less of a clusterfuck, and it's quite enjoyable. So my personal sentiment here at the end is that I cannot do an unbiased review of Destiny 2. Because I know objectively there are more complex games, there are more rich in variety games. That's a bad sentence, you get what I mean. There are better AAA games out there, there are masterpieces out there you can buy, there are original pieces of art in the form of video games out there that I believe everyone should enjoy. But Destiny 2, though not being this masterpiece of a game some people might want to make it out to be, it's still a solid $60 game, which is something a lot of people are trying to say it's not. I will not be argued with on this. Destiny 2 is a solid game. You pay $60, I feel like I have $60 worth of content ahead of me. So if you were into any of the things I mentioned in this list, don't let anybody tell you that the game is trash, and don't let anybody tell you that it's Game of the Year. There's a little bit more nuance than that in Destiny 2, and it's worth playing if you enjoyed the first game. If you hated everything about the first game, you felt like you wasted your money on it, you didn't like the style, the gunplay, the style of content, then I would recommend waiting for Destiny 2 to be on sale for $30 and pick it up then. or wait for 3 years until it is sold with all of its DLCs for 40 bucks. But it's a great game to sit down with your friend or friends and just enjoy. Just enjoy shooting aliens. Bungie made that extremely fun. Get better loot than your buddies, brag about it, kill aliens, complete strikes, make a clan, rank up the clan. There is nothing fundamentally wrong with Destiny 2. And before you say it, I honestly don't find the shader system to be that bad. Go ahead and crucify me in the comments like always, and please help me get this video up to 1,000 views in case it gets demonetized. I can't appeal the video unless it gets 1,000 views in its first week, or within 7 days. Thank you guys for all the support, the likes, the shares, and the comments. Please leave me your opinions down below and talk to other people. If I left something out or said something wrong, feel free to correct me. I know I said this video wasn't going to be too long, but it would have been much longer if I just did a full-fledged review of Destiny 2. So I did my own flair on it. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you when I see ya. Goodbye!